Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Well, I've been messing around with one of my Yamaha 15 horsepower 2-strokes, and this is the carburetor that I took off it. This is the original carburetor. Now I bought a Chinese copy, and you can pick them up for about 34 quid, and they're very good. And I put that on in the meantime, but I've also given this a really good clean. I think I found a bit of grit in the jet, in the fast runner, so I'm now going to put this back on, I think. So I'll give you a little idea of how easy it is to swap these carburetors out. And I always have a spare one, admittedly a Chinese one, because if you get caught out on a trip, it's quicker to switch it out than it is to do anything else and try and clean it. So this is the 9.9 horsepower, which I convert to a 15 horsepower just by changing out the reed valves that are in there, and the 15 horsepower over there, which I'm now going to put the original carb back on, is that one. So let's get over there and work on that. You don't need this is what you're going to be working on. So you've got to disconnect the various linkage from the carb. As I say, it's really quite easy. You don't need many tools at all. So this one, you just flick that up, take that out and set that to side. This one is your throttle one. You have got to undo that with a screwdriver. So mark on the rod where that should be. It might be different for the different carburetor, but it probably won't be. So you just mark those two, unscrew that, which are a ridiculous big screwdriver, but you just loosen that off a bit like that. Then you just there's a way to, that will just pull out when I take the carb off, of course. Then you've got a disconnected choke. This is a little bit tricky, more tricky because it's down there, but you just ping that out. I'll show you how to do that. You can get this linkage out, of course, just by turning the throttle. It will pull it out. That one's gone slack and fell down, so put that somewhere where you won't lose it, because that seems to want to, I'll put it in the right way around with reference to my other one. Then you've just got to undo these two bolts. The airbox will come off. Then you can take the carburetor off. You've got to get the choke off. I haven't done that yet because I don't recall how to do that. I'll just have a fiddle about with that and tell you how. And then you've got to disconnect the fuel line. The fuel line is on the nipple on the fuel pump, which is the other side to where I've been working. Now, whatever you do, remember to put that fuel line on before you put the carburetor on, because if not, you're in a world of hate. It's got one of those little nip things, which you probably need a pair of pliers for. So now I've just got to undo these two nuts with a little, I think, 10 loosen the nuts. If you can see, they're going in there, look, in the side of the thing. They go into the block that holds the reed valves. Use a piece of cardboard when you do this, just to lay stuff on, because you will get petrol flowing about. So just undo those. I haven't taken the choke connector off yet, so I think I'll do that when I move it, because I can't remember how I unclip that, if I'm honest. Right, I think that's done. So those just draw out, set them aside on your cardboard, and so does that one. This will just, that's where that's connected to. To get the choke off, it's fixed to the airbox, so you can just get it off like that, I remember, so you don't need to take it off down there. And leave the air connector, the box there, and you fettle it out from the other side. So I'm just going to move this out of the way, and actually I'm going to have a look at my reed valves, just for, I think I will. Or will I? I don't know. Yes, I will. Fettled off the airbox, that was quite easy. And there's the reed valves. I'm just going to take them off and have a little butchers at them to see if they're good. And look who's come to see us. Niblet. What you doing, Niblet, with a nice new pink harness outfit on? Oh, I think she's going to have a wee. She's always weird. Right, so let's carry on with looking at there. The reed valves. So, and these are open to the wide because it's 15 horsepower. This is the bits you bend out to make a 9.9 15. And I've just, they look perfect. So I've just wiggled those a bit and they look perfect. There's the induction, and you see the crank in there. So one reed valve feeds the bottom chamber, the right hand, and the other reed valve feeds the other one. Right, so they're good, so I'll put those back in and put the new carb back on. So there it is at the moment, and there's the fuel line. Get that around that way, and don't forget to put that on before you put your carb on, else you will regret. When you put the reed valves back on, there's a tendency for this pipe to try and draw it over this way. You just have to fettle it in, and the 3 bolts, remember, go 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top, not in this holes. That's where the carburetor bolts go. So when you fettle the carb back in, I've put the bolts through and the air box on, so it's all loose now. So hopefully we'll get the fuel pipe on now, and then this linkage for the choke, and then the other linkages should be fairly easy. So let's get the fuel. So it's important, as I said, to fettle the fuel line on the fuel pump. You'll need set along those piles like that, and once it's on, you've got to really get a flat nose to nip that and slide it up. You can't do that by hand. It's quite tricky. It's quite tricky with pliers. You use my long nose by putting them in that direction, nipping it and sliding it up with a thumb. So you do need that on. Don't go without that little gripper on, because you get fuel leak problems. So now back to the other side to get the choke. Once you've got the choke on and that little black bit there in the bit that is on the air box, you can put loosely in your bolts that fix it in. I think you can now tighten them up actually, or you might want to just put this on while it's still a bit loose and sloppy. Yeah, so just get that back in there. Now, with that loosely on, just tighten up the 2 bolts that hold the carb on. So they're only little 10 millers. Tighten them up evenly, the best you can. It doesn't have to be mental tight. Probably do. And remembering that you put your fuel line on, because that's the mistake many people forget. So that is in the right place. So I will just get my very wiggly screwdriver and tighten that in. And all I've just got to do now is put that on. I must admit, because that fell off, I can't remember which way round it went. So let's just put the choke off. So that's right. So the choke is working. So I'll just work out which way that went. And I'm going to, with reference to my other engine, so the bent bit is this side. Bent bit is the airbox side, which is not how I had it, I think. Yes, it was. So the bent box, well, it goes through there. That goes in there. You just rotate that and clip it in. That's in there loose. And that should be right. I'm not understanding why that's not going fully back. We've got a bit of wobble on there. Is that loose? Let's see. So I'll put the fuel line in. Just got to fill the carb. Pump the bulb. Probably enough. And then we'll see if she starts. Right, let's see how she starts.